Buying an existing business. Questions that you should ask when buying a business is ask why the previous owner is selling. Ask to see their financial statements and tax returns for the past 3 years. Has sales been decreasing? Has cost of sales changed? What expense items vary from year to year to the extent that further inquiry would be required? How good is the inventory? What is the turnover of the inventory? What items sell the most? What items sell the least? What are the seasonal variations? And who are the suppliers of the business? Are they reliable? Who are the key employees? How essential are they to your business? Are they happy? Do they have a following? Do they represent a threat or a problem when you take over the business? Who are the major customers? Will you keep them? How do they pay? Look at the aging of the accounts receivable. Are their customers paying late? How good is the lease? Is it transferable? If so, at what cost? What new terms is the landlord asking? Speak to local bankers and politicians to determine if some chain or competitive store is planning to open in your town. How much are they asking for the business? How much of what price is goodwill? Goodwill is part of the purchase price if you're paying in excess of the assets. How do you put a price on this intangible asset? Goodwill is defined as the excess of the purchase price over the fair market value of the net assets acquired under the purchase method of accounting. The next order of business and vital importance is preparing a business plan to determine if you are making the right decision. The financial information and other facts you learned about the business will enable you to prepare a meaningful plan. You will learn if you will be able to operate this business profitably. Will you have sufficient working capital to cover slow periods? Net book value, or the assets, are they listed in the business books less liabilities? Are they in a cash or accrual method of accounting? Speak to your accountant about these matters. Adjusted book value, what the assets sell for. Comparative value, what similar businesses sell for. Discounted earnings, what are your projected future earnings. Appraised value, the price tag independent appraisers put on your company. Look beyond the company's books. Study the neighborhood. Are there any changes? Examine customer lists and aging of the accounts receivable. Does the company pay its vendors and suppliers on time? What ads the business is currently running? Will the seller sign a non-compete agreement? The role of the CPA or your attorney. Once you're satisfied with the answers to the previous questions, engage a competent CPA to examine the records of the seller. Engage an attorney to help prepare the terms of the purchase agreement. Examine the lease, investigate if any lawsuits or undisclosed or potential liabilities exist. Check zoning, licenses, etc. Final advice. Remember that you're buying a lifestyle and a livelihood too. Look for seller financing. Who does the broker really represent? Consider linking the final price to customer retention. Call the seller to stick around. Do your own research on the business valuation. Websites to visit is BizComps and BVM Market Data.